What's poppin', guys? I hope my audio is working. We're going live, and I got to make sure all systems are a go before we get started here. Hopefully we have no echo. All right, it's probably gonna be a long one tonight. We're talking about goals, and we're also talking about how the homie Jeff Bezos is about to snatch your soul. I'm gonna try a little bit of a different format tonight, and hopefully some people pop in as we get started. That's usually what happens. So what we'll do here is make sure everything is up and running. I even did an outline tonight, y'all, which is gonna be crazy. I'm excited. Maybe we should cut off the music too in a second. And if you're catching this on a replay, please fast forward to like minute 5 or something. That's probably when I'll really get going here. All right, I'm gonna get this music off of here. Are we gonna get started? I think that's it. Trying something new here, y'all. We in StreamYard. All right, guys. So in today's live, it has been a while, and I am so flabbergasted by something that I saw in the news today, which we're going to be covering, and that is Mr. Jeff Bezos is out here to snatch your soul. But I'm going to be tying this into what we have been talking about on this channel for quite some time, and that is what we are doing in Q2 of this year to get ourselves started and get ourselves in line to have the best financial future possible. If you do not know who I am, my name is Victoria Langford. I am the credit solutionist, as you can see up here in the corner. All right. I am the owner and founder of FixMyFICONow.com, owned by PX Credit Solutions. I basically specialize in getting people ready to buy homes, fund their dreams, get a car, whatever you want to do. My job is to erase your financial past so you can secure your financial future. All right. If you are new here, definitely be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Really quick, before we get started, I'm going to give you guys some business updates because I've been getting a lot of emails from you guys, and you are asking if I take clients. Yes, I do take clients for credit repair. However, my company is based out of California. I do not live in California anymore, so we are starting the business in the state that I live in now, which is Virginia. We have started the new LLC, so that's a business update. So yes, yay. I'm not going to tell you guys what the name of my new business is just yet because I literally just started it yesterday. So the state basically has accepted me and said that it is totally okay for me to do my business. And what we need to do is really just work on some stuff in the back end to get the credit repair part of it working. Because honestly, it takes a lot to start a credit repair company in any state because you have to get bonded. Some states you have to get a license, all kinds of stuff. So those are the things that I have to do in order to be able to repair your credit now. Because like I said, my parent company is in California and we're not doing business in California anymore. Okay. It's a racket out there and it's expensive. Okay. So anyway, that's one of the business updates that I wanted to share with you guys today. And also, if you are looking for direct credit restoration help, you can also, hit me up via email. And it's right there in the links. It is thecreditsolutionist@gmail.com. So don't want to really bore you too much about that. But in Q2, we will definitely be taking credit repair clients very, very soon. Virginia actually moves a lot faster than I anticipated, which is great. So in this recap today, I'm going to go over how Mr. Bezos is stealing souls out here and how your soul is going to be stolen very soon. But not just that, I want to go over goals. And if you tuned into the last live, which was like ages ago, we were talking about the 3 areas that we're going to cover in this particular 3-part series. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just something that I thought of one night laying in the bed, and it made a whole lot of sense. So the first was figuring out what your personality type is, because you have to know who you are before you are going to go into your goals, right? You're not going to be able to achieve anything in life unless you know exactly who you are. Okay. And if you're still trying to figure that out, that's okay. Maybe my previous live will help you out with that. But just in case you forgot about the 4 personality types, I think there were 4. I'm just going to go through them really quick. Not going to give you definitions, nothing like that. I'm just going to tell you what they are. You're either a victim, you are one who is destined to lose, because I don't like the word loser. You are an islander, which means you like to do things by yourself, which is honestly going to be sudden death. You will see why that is as I go further into this and we talk about Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and all those people. All right, we're going to be talking about that. Or you are a phoenix, and the phoenix is obviously the one that comes back every single time they are against all odds and bad things happen. I, for a long time, consider myself a victim. Sometimes I still go into that mindset, but when I look at my actual life and what I've accomplished, I'm not a victim. So I don't have the right to take that label on, and neither do you. Because if you're here on this video, it is because you are probably a winner of some sort, and you're not a victim. You're not destined to lose. You're not an islander because you're here with me. So that means that you're already reaching out because you know that you're going to accomplish more in a group setting. Okay. And we're going to cover that today. I'm hoping this all makes sense to y'all because this is a whole new format. And forgive my squeaky chair. Now that we've gotten over the 4 personality types and we've all established that we are not losers or victims or destined to lose, we're not islanders, none of that. Let's talk about what we're going to go into right now. So we're going to be talking about goals. Okay. Because whether it's credit repair, getting healthy, getting a relationship, whatever it is, you are going to need to have a goal. I know that on the onset, it sounds kind of crazy because a lot of people, for whatever reason, when they hear goals, the automatic thing that comes to mind is, oh, I have to work now. And I hate to tell you, but you are going to have to work. That's just what it is, you know? And yes, I'm going to be preachy. And yes, I'm going to probably give you advice that you did not ask for. But here's the thing, I don't care. I get paid to give advice. I make money giving advice. So I'm not going to stop just because it annoys you or irritates you. You can totally click off the video. That's okay. Some people like the tough love approach, right? So, anywho, let's talk about it. And I have an outline, so I'm going to be looking to the side. Hey, Kim girl, please definitely share this on your Facebook if you can. And I did get your text the other day, Kim. I'm going to be responding to you. I didn't forget. It's just been crazy, girl. So yeah, if you can share, like the stream, tell your husband I said hello, all that good stuff. So, all right, let's talk about some areas where you absolutely have to have a goal. And you are going to have to write them down too. You need to have goals when it comes to your money. You need to have goals when it comes to your relationships. That is social, romantic, familial, that's family, y'all, and professional. We're going to go into that a little bit later too. Your health, you have to have a goal when it comes to your health. And I'm going to dive into that a little bit more as well. Faith, you do have to have some kind of basis. I don't care if you're religious or spiritual or whatever. You got to believe in something because everybody has a master. It is what it is. But we're going to hop into all of that later. Now, when we talk about this Jeff Bezos situation, it's unfortunate. I wish a lot more people were here because this is really going to make a lot of sense as we go on. So goals, when it comes to goals, the issue is you need to understand that your desire for convenience is why your goals are not going to be met. And it's a lot of the reason why you don't have what you want right now in your life. Okay. Now, the people that I'm about to talk about right now, they understand the difference between goal setting. Like they understand there's macro goals and there's micro goals in life, right? So, of course, the macro is the big stuff, right? It's, oh, I want to invest. I want to have real estate. I want to have, stuff for my kids to be able to, I don't know, collect as far as inheritances and things like that. Those are like macro goals. Micro is more like just the little stuff, like the little things you want to do every day, like making your bed, I don't know, buttering your toast and using unsalted butter versus salted. I don't know. Think of something like a small goal that you have, right? whatever. The point here is that the difference between you and somebody that has a lot of money is that they understand the difference between macro and micro. And these people live intentionally, which 99% of the population does not. This is why 99% of the assets are being bought from under us regular people. That is why you don't have an understanding of what you actually need to be paying attention to. Now, we all know about the slap that happened however many weeks ago. That has nothing to do with you. They don't care about who slaps you. So you shouldn't care about who slapped them, you know? Even down to, let's say, whatever Elon Musk is doing right now. I don't care that Elon Musk is wanting to buy Twitter. That dude is already making power moves that have nothing to do with me. But I will tell you about a story that does have something to do with you. And that is the fact that Mr. Jeff Bezos, the owner and whatever of Amazon, has basically made it to where your soul is going to be snatched. Yes, your soul will be snatched because this man has made it so he can collect your biometric data in order for you to make a purchase at a store in Austin, Texas. Yeah, that's crazy, right? So I'm going to share the screen because I want you guys to look at this story and I'm going to talk about it with you guys because this is insane. On the surface, it looks like this is nothing, but it's totally a big deal. And I'm going to explain why, as always. Okay, so in Austin, Texas, Whole Foods has now unveiled the pay by palm service. Now, if you guys are big on social media, you will remember last year they did this on, I think, Instagram or something, and they showed a guy or a girl. It was an animation, but the person had like a slit, not a slit, but like they implanted something in the person's palm, and the person put their palm onto a scanner, and it said, "This is coming, this coming soon." A lot of people thought that that was fake. A lot of people did. And I know when I posted it, I wasn't really sure. But what's happening now in Austin lets us know that this is real and that the battle for your biometric data is it's a thing, okay? This is what's happening. And that's why I say souls will be snatched. More on this later. So now this is actually not the first location that Jeff and Amazon have decided to do this. Now, with this service that's called Amazon One, what happens is you're going to scan your palm when you're checking out, and what's going to happen is it's going to connect to your, your credit card, your any kind of electronic payment that you want to make. Okay, cool. But you remember what I said a couple of minutes ago, where your need and desire for convenience is going to be your detriment because you are now going to be giving up your personal biometric data just to buy tomatoes and expensive tomatoes because this is happening at Whole Foods. Now, Austin, they're saying it's the first city to get these particular devices outside of Seattle. So everybody knows Seattle's kind of strange, as it were. Austin is very weird as well. So it's not shocking that this is happening. But like I said, the issue here is that the idea that they're going to have to scan your palm for you to buy food. This is definitely moving into an interesting direction. And Jeff Bezos and Amazon and the like definitely have a goal here, which is going to tie into our message tonight. The goal here is not to give you convenience. So I want you to pay attention to this because Jeff had a plan. All right. He had a goal. He probably wrote it down. He probably consulted the gods or whoever he believes in. Right now. Yeah, exactly, Kim. I'm looking here. I'm going to show the comments in a second, but yes. And thank you for your eyes, by the way. I appreciate you checking this out because this is really great information that I wish more people were going to see tonight. But yeah, so here's the deal with what's going on here. And I want to take you through the steps of how we know Jeff Bezos has a plan that is bigger than just like selling books or making it easy for you to purchase things. You'll start to notice as we're going along. So Jeff basically started Amazon, which was like a site where you could purchase books and do all that good stuff, right? On the surface, it looks like Jeff Bezos basically came into the industry and was this wonderkind, whatever you want to call him, and he exploded into fame out of nowhere and success. Yes and no, because what Jeff did was he used Amazon basically as the seed for him to sprout and basically have world dominance at this point. And this is what's happening. This man went from selling books to now getting your information, your biometrics, your body, your soul for free. Right? So you can't really tell me that a guy like that didn't have a plan and that goals and plans are not necessary for you to be successful. Okay. We all understand, yes, the universe, God, Jesus, whatever you believe in, yes, they can absolutely help you along the way. However, you have to have a goal and you have to take action, which is what this person has done here. Now, with Amazon, like I said, they started off with books and now they literally are in a space where they can take your biometric data. The goal here is to have you. That's what this is. Jeff Bezos is not in this, and his goal is not to make your life easy. Okay? That's not what this is about. This is about collecting your data. That's all this is. So I'm just saying this to show you guys how you have to be intentional about what you're doing in life, because the fact that Bezos is doing what he's doing shows you this guy was intentional. Books to biometrics. You can't make this stuff up, all right? So that's really what I wanted to cover as far as this part of the story. Now, you'll notice too, Amazon has really been taking over the world. They've been buying up a whole lot of real estate in smaller towns, which is really going to make it harder for a lot of you regular Americans, myself included, to start purchasing land in different parts of this country, because people like them, Austin, who cared about Austin 10 years ago? Nobody did. Absolutely nobody cared about Austin. Now, all of a sudden, everybody wants to be in Austin, from Google, Amazon, whoever, right? Okay, so we've covered that, and I think we're good there. So my point here is that he's very intentional with what he does, and you need to be intentional as well. Now, when it comes to the micro or the macro here, we already covered Amazon. Let's talk about like the next billionaire that a lot of people are concerned about. And I would say, in my mind, it would be Bill Gates, because this guy definitely owns a sizable part of the world. And he did this through having goals. That's really what he did. Now, he's buying a lot of farmland right now. And on the surface, it does appear like it's kind of one of those things where he cares about the environment, but that's not really what that is. What Bill Gates is doing at this point is essentially trying to covet part of the world. And a lot of people are not paying attention to this game plan. And this is not a conspiracy theory thing. I honestly am kind of, I see it from both perspectives, to be quite honest. I see it on one end where this person is very intentional about what he's doing. And he, again, had a game plan. So just a little bit about Bill Gates. I don't think I have any articles on him right now, but let me see, because I might have something. You know what? I actually do. But I think I want to show y'all something about Bezos real quick, because I think a lot of y'all are not really clear on what this dude is actually doing with the world. Sorry to bounce back and forth, but it's something I want to share, so I'm going to share it. All right, so the other thing here, let me blow it up for y'all. Okay, so while you're Netflixing and chilling, while you're like doing crazy stuff, trying to get laid, just doing bull crap. Okay, today's 420, so I know a lot of y'all are smoking. While you're doing all of that, this dude right here owns 16 companies. There's a reason this guy's a billionaire. There's a reason he's gonna pretty much purchase the entire world. When you look at the companies that he does own, he is able to touch every part of your life because he had a game plan. So he owns the Washington Post. That basically means he owns the a source of where you're going to get your information from. So he can definitely, kind of sway you and all that kind of stuff, and kind of shape how you see the world, right? Alexa, of course, everybody knows he owns Alexa. Now, if you watched my video where I got the free room at the Waldorf Astoria, that whole room had Alexa, even down to the bathroom. Y'all, I was literally on the toilet talking to Alexa, like telling her to turn the volume up, turn the lights on, turn the TV on the commode, y'all. Alexa ain't no joke. So he even has, access to your thoughts, even because conversations, because I've had conversations with people on the phone. All of a sudden, stuff pops up on my phone that we were talking about, right? During the conversation. IMDb, okay, that's entertainment. We all know about Hollywood. This isn't a conspiracy channel. Blue Origin, it's an aerospace company. Okay, he might be running neck and neck with what's his name? Elon pretty soon. So watch out for stuff like this. This is all happening right under your nose, and it's just, but you get to buy groceries with the palm of your hand, Amazon Robotics. Obviously, this is part of the biometric system. Zappos, shoes, whatever. Okay. Whole Foods, part owner. That's pretty big. And just the list goes on. Audible, whatever. Okay. The point here with Bezos is he had a plan. I know I've said it 1,000 times, but that is the point. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Okie dokie. Now, if you haven't seen that story, please be sure to check it out, okay? Because scanning palms is not, that's no easy feat, you guys. So let it also be a lesson that you can totally do what you want to do. You just got to outline some goals for yourself. And I've outlined some for myself personally and with my business too. And I'm going to share those with you guys tonight. So hopefully I still have some people on the live by the time I get there. And y'all know I like to talk a lot. So it is what it is. I'm going to get my loyal following soon. I'm not even tripping. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I was going to kind of go into like a whole thing about Bill Gates here, but I think I'm just going to touch on it really, really quick because I want to really drive this home. Billionaires and people that really have a goal in their life do not focus on the micro. They do to a certain degree, but then they hire people to focus on the micro for them. And then they do the macro stuff. Okay. That's what really happens. Now, back to Mr. Gates here and why he's buying up all of the land in the country. I personally don't care why he's buying it, to be quite honest with you. But we just know that it's happening. And that's another way they're snatching your soul too, because he's going to be in control of what you put in your body. That's a big deal because the guy has goals. All right. He has goals. So I understand this is going to be redundant for a lot of y'all. But I don't care because you need redundancy. You need people to repeat stuff to you because for some reason you don't believe it unless you've heard it 1,000 times. Now, all right. So people are drawing connections between him buying land and making it a climate change thing. No, you're imposing that on Bill. Bill is not buying land all across the country because he cares about the climate. No. And the reason we know this is because he literally owns like a gazillion shares in Monsanto. Okay. So no, he doesn't care about the climate. He doesn't care about that. He has a goal, right? Think about where Bill Gates started. Okay. I'm pretty sure he started in a garage somewhere in the 80s, whatever. The point here is he took steps and that's what y'all need to be doing. Okay. Now he started Microsoft. What part of your life doesn't involve Microsoft? Okay. The goal was not to create the software. The goal was to dominate the world. That was the ultimate goal. All right. He dominates your PC. Oh, wait, guys, really? No, don't call me now. Sorry, guys. I got to put my phone on silent. Matter of fact, I got to turn off the other phone too. I got a burner phone this weekend. And then we got the regular phone. You special if you got this one. All right. So anyway. Oh man. All right. So anyway, the goal here is world domination, right? And I hate for it to sound so sinister, but that's really what this is. When you read these articles, that is what this is. You got to learn to read between the lines. I read between the lines because you guys know I'm an auditor by trade. That's just what I do. So my whole existence is to read between lines and see what people really mean to say when they say something else. Now, he's saying that there's no connection here, but let's really look at this. And let's go back to the Monsanto thing. When it comes to the Monsanto part, the reason this is important is because you know how they're pushing like veganism, vegetarianism, they're pushing all of this, eat plants, eat plants, eat plants. A big part of like veganism and vegetarianism is that you have to eat soy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, did y'all know that like Bill Gates owns or Monsanto basically is in charge of 90% of soybean manufacturing. So, in what part is this even about the environment at all? It's not. Like I said, the man went from doing Microsoft to soybeans, 90% of soybean production, right? And then when you think about the land, he has all different kinds of land. It's like he's not just buying farmland. Y'all got to stop believing the hype. That's not just what this man is buying. He literally has bought what is it? Transitional land, recreational land. He's bought all kinds of land. Now let's look into that a little bit deeper. What's on land? Your homes, your communities, your woodlands, your farmland. I don't know how many I'm on right now. Okay. Buying land is literally how you start to dominate. Okay. Now, when we go into goals, though, I don't want you to get the misconception that you have to be some kind of billionaire to be able to play the game like this dude is doing. It's not necessary. You could literally go into like, I hate to say the word, a lot of people hate it, but crowdfunding. You could crowdfund, you could even take out a personal line of credit and go buy some land. But it's because of the need for convenience, the idea that you don't want to go look, you don't want to, investigate the land, you don't want to hop on a plane and go visit, maybe somewhere down south to see what the land is actually like. You don't have a goal. In your head, you're thinking that you want to buy land, you want to have real estate, you want to have these things happen. But in practice, you're not doing it because you're allowing your brain, probably, I'm just assuming here, but you may be allowing your brain to make you think that you've already done it. Because you know how it is when you think about things, sometimes your brain, for some reason, feels like you've already accomplished it. But yeah, you have to have a goal. So, anyway, again, this man literally owns a very good portion of your life, whether you want to believe it or not. And he's done it by having goals that he basically carried out. So, and keep an eye on Louisiana because he owns a lot of land in Louisiana. Like, what does he want with swampland? There's something going on there, But I'm not saying this to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying it because I think that this is a guy that really does have a plan. And that's the point of tonight's live. I'm sorry if I'm talking in circles, but this is really something that you guys should pay attention to. It's worth a look. I wouldn't necessarily, like I said, I wouldn't worry about Elon Musk buying Twitter because who gives a crap? Okay. There's definitely a bigger something at play there, but to be quite honest, it's not a concern of mine because I don't tweet anyway. I'm never on Twitter, so I don't care. But stuff like this is what I am attracted to because, well, anyway, we won't get into all that. Okay, so yeah, so I wanted to cover Bill Gates too, just to kind of give you guys some insight on that. And another thing that a lot of you guys may not know is, again, there is a goal that's at play here. And I want you guys to start thinking like these people do, start thinking like a billionaire. And I know it's not easy because a lot of us don't have access to billionaires, but you can put two and two together with a lot of the game plans that they make and a lot of the moves that they make. And you can mimic that in your own life. So as we go on, I'm going to talk about it. We're definitely going to be on here for at least an hour. So if you need to go pick up your kids or dig in your nose and go use the bathroom, go do that. Okay. Do it. I'll still be here when you get back. Now, about this land thing with Bill Gates too, one thing that a lot of people don't know is that he's part owner, if not all owner, of all of the land that McDonald's gets their French fries from, like the potatoes. I bet y'all didn't even know that. So these are like little bits of information that you guys need to know because they're literally buying up the world from under you and you have the opportunity to do it too. You just don't want to. And I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's about, man. But yeah, you guys got to get into it. So let's see here. One last thing I want to share, and then I think I'm going to jump into some stuff. And I'm going to shut up about this anyway. And this is our new format, you guys. So that's why it's a little clunky because I got to click around a lot. All right. All right. So when it comes to goals and doing something similar to what Mr. Bezos and Mr. Gates are doing, again, is that you need to understand that you don't have to be wealthy to get land. There's a lot of programs that are probably in your state that will give you free land. There's also USDA loans and contracts and things like that that you can deal with. You guys know I'm an auditor. I actually audit a USDA property on the regular, and I will tell you, their compliance is shit, for lack of a better term. So it's not that hard to have one of those properties and run it. Now, when it comes to your goals, like I said, crowdfunding is really something that you can do. If you have a few friends that have some money, you need to talk to them. If you have a personal line of credit that you can pull cash from, you need to do that because you need to start crowdfunding. You need to put your money together with your friends or with associates, and you need to start buying up the land. You need to purchase a house. You need to start investing, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But there's so many ways to get this done. It's like I said, again, it's really just the fact that you don't have a goal. That's all it is, or you have a goal, but you're not working backwards to actually make it happen. That's the issue here. Gates and Bezos, that's what they did. They just saw the plan and they worked backwards. I would bet my life on that's what they did. So I'm just showing this here. This is at agfundnews.com if you want to read this article, but it talks about how you can go about getting those things done for yourself. Okay. So yeah. All right, guys. So I have to consult my outline here. All right. So let's talk about, I don't know who the hell that was calling me, y'all. Y'all are a mess. If you see me on live, don't call me. I got things to do. All right. So like I said, tonight is about goal setting. So now we're going to jump right into it. Okay. Sorry, that took quite a while, but it is what it is. Y'all know it'd be taking me a long time to get to the point. Now, when it comes to your life and your goals, you, again, have to have something in place to get to where you need to go. It is a roadmap. You are not supposed to be out here chaotically just moving from one project to the next. You are not supposed to be randomly moving from one person to the next. You're not supposed to be doing all of those kinds of things. You need to be deliberate and intentional. And here are some ways that you can be intentional in your life. And I'm going to share with you some of the ways that I've been intentional. Now, when it comes to macro goals and micro goals, you have to have both in your life because they are intertwined. Okay. Now, let's say like a macro goal for a person would be going to college or going to a university. Now, there's a reason that I say that because if you know me personally, I don't believe in college or university for the sake of getting the education. The reason I don't believe in that is because anything that you learn at a university, you can learn on the internet. Okay. Now, it wasn't the same when I was a kid because I'm not going to say how old I was, or I am, but let's just say I was a kid in the 90s and we didn't have access. So if it wasn't in the encyclopedia, which we could only get at school, we didn't have the opportunity to check the internet or go onto YouTube. Okay. So we needed college and university. It's only now that we are in the situation we're in that we see that it was pointless. Literally. Like I'm gonna tell you, when I was in the management space, every employee I ever had, they all had degrees. I don't have a degree and I am not ashamed to say it. Okay. I'm a business owner. Okay. I'm good. I did not need a degree. Every job I've ever had is because I knew how to network. Okay. I got into corporate America because I knew how to network and this. Okay. But we'll talk about that another day. Now, all right, college, university. Let's talk about that a little bit deeper because I think that some people do have a misconception of why you are supposed to go to college. It's a macro goal because you go for the experience, you go for the connections, and you go for organizations, which is basically connections. You can also go to learn how to socialize. Okay. They always say that you go to college because you're supposed to be learning how to finish something. Okay, cool. If that's what you want to believe. If you want to believe that that's what college does, I will let you have that. However, I want to show you some proof that university is definitely a macro goal that people need to go and consider, because it is a investment, if you will. Okay. And I'm gonna show you why. Because like I said, it's not about papers, it's not about midterms, it's not about whatever you people do that have your masters. It's not about not about that. I'm gonna show you what it's about. Okay. This is what college is about. Okay. College is about having a goal when you go in. If your goal is just to get the degree, you're crazy. All right. You need to go in with these kind of goals. All right. So we're going to talk about the 10 power couples who were college sweethearts. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I just want to drive home the point. So you got Kate Middleton and Prince William, Bill and Hillary Clinton. Hello. Okay. They didn't go to school for the education. They went for the connections. Okay. Kate and Andy Spade. I think Kate is gone now. Rest in peace. Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Brad Hall. Whatever. She was on Seinfeld. Great. Now you understand what I'm saying here. So you have enough people here to show you that if you go into college, you need to have a goal. And the goal is not to have the degree. Okay. So I'm showing you that because I need you to understand how important it is to be intentional with whatever goals you have in place. Okay. So that's basically how regular people can use a macro goal to their advantage. Because if you connect yourself to the right person in college or university, believe you me, that particular degree that you go for isn't going to matter. It's not going to matter. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it doesn't matter today unless you're going to be a doctor or doing something in the sciences. Now, when it comes to macro, another way that you can actually, achieve your goals financially as a regular person, a macro goal would be fixing your credit. It would be financial education. It would be ownership. And then it's also looking at ownership in different ways. A lot of you are thinking, oh, I just have to buy land. Oh, I have to own a house. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do that. No, that's not what ownership is. It's part of it. Okay. Real estate is definitely somewhere that you need to be when it comes to ownership, for sure, because you want to have your piece of the American pie. However, you can build wealth in different ways because a lot of you don't see certain areas or certain aspects of ownership. Stocks, for example. If you have stocks, you are now part owner of that company because you are investing in the best interest of that company. You get a dividend every time that particular company gets certain earnings. Okay. If they, get above their earnings, you get money back. That's because you're part owner. They're not just paying you just to pay you, that you're part owner. So if you're wanting to get ownership right now and you don't have a lot of money, I definitely say that you need to invest in stocks because that's going to be like the number one way that you're going to be able to do this. When it comes to real estate, there's more than one way. You don't have to go and get an FHA loan. You don't have to do that. You can do owner financing. That's a thing, But again, because a lot of people maybe don't want to research or you don't know the right people, you don't know that this is an option for you. So again, you can pool money together with people that you know, and then go into getting a piece of land via owner financing. I actually have a friend, not going to put her on blast, but she purchased a home in California, basically through owner financing. She's paying the owner directly through her paycheck. That's how she's doing it. She's helping the owner by scratching their back, setting up their HR department, kind of being a pseudo lawyer for them. They're paying her back by giving her real estate in Southern California, pulling it out of her check. Okay. So there's different ways that you can go about property ownership, land ownership, ownership of companies. Okay. When you have stocks, you can also get on calls, what do they call them? I forget the name, guys. It's escaping me right now, but you can get on earnings calls. So you can know what's going on in those companies. I was telling a friend the other day, I was on a Facebook quarterly call where they go through the earnings and they go through what, things they're going to be doing coming up in the upcoming year, the quarters and all that stuff. And when Zuck gets on the phone on these calls, that's not him. He totally sounds like a robot. Like you can tell it's a recording, but whatever. It getting on these earnings calls when you are a stockholder is so important because you start to then see what the goals are that these companies have. right? So you don't just buy stock and then not pay attention to it. You have to be intentional. That's a macro goal, okay? And you also want to own stock that pays dividends, okay? So that's another thing that a lot of people need to get into, but they're not. And I'm not going to cover all that tonight because that's more consultation kind of stuff. And there's also more people on YouTube that can tell you about stocks and things like that. Now, another way that you can build wealth indirectly is trust funds. Now, a lot of people don't even consider trust funds. Like I had a friend not too long ago that talks about how they want to set their kids up for life. But for some reason, this person thinks that they have to do a ton of work right now in this moment to do it. They don't realize all they have to do is set up a trust fund. It's like $100, literally. Like you could set up a trust fund for $100, drop some money in there periodically. And by the time your kids are 18, they're going to be set. And if you need to set certain terms for the money, you do that, right? So it's really about trying to find different ways to build wealth and build nest eggs for your children, for your legacy, blah, blah, blah. There's always a cheap way to do it. Like for myself, I wouldn't call him a financial planner, but I think I'm going to try to have him on the channel very soon because talking to him, he kind of helped me see that there's different ways to maintain and build wealth as you go that I wasn't even aware of, and it really helps if you just have a person in your life that can help you with every facet. Like credit, I got that. I don't really have to consult people. Business credit, I do because I have a goal with that, but I have to consult people. When it comes to finances and building wealth, I have somebody that I can call and say, hey, should I invest in that? Hey, can we move that over there? Hey, do you think I should get some life insurance? Right? I have that person in my life because I have goals. Okay. The things that I can't do that are in the macro, I hire somebody else to do for me. Okay. So, I don't know. Let's see. What else could I cover with that? Because I think if you look at, your finances from the macro, you'll notice that there are things that you can do right now that'll get you to where you need to go. So I think I'm gonna table that for now. We'll come back to it on another live. Um, I was gonna kind of go into the micro, but I'm not gonna do micro because I don't want to build lazy people on this channel. And I have a feeling if I tell you about some micro goals, that's what you're gonna want to do, and we're not doing that. So I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna not do that part of the presentation tonight because we're all about the big stuff. Okay, that's what we're doing. So. I was going to share with you guys what a trust is, but I'll just tell you where to find the information. You can go to NerdWallet because I'm not going to go through all of that tonight. I think you should research that yourself. All right. So when it comes to macro, I think what I'm going to do for this, I might try to share it on my next live because I think right now it's a lot to go into. So I'm just going to talk about my personal goals right now to anybody that cares to listen, because I just want to share this information with you. So I've been talking to a buddy of mine every now and then, and we talk about how with our personal goals, both micro and macro, the things that we don't think are connected are absolutely connected. Meaning for a long time, I didn't think that my health was connected to the amount of money that I make or how should I say it? I didn't think that my health had a direct connection to the growth of my business. And it totally does. And I can't really go into it like how that is, but your health definitely plays a big part in how much money you make. Now, I don't need anybody on here to tell me that there's fat millionaires. I don't need that, because here's the thing. If your mind is not clear and if your body's not clear, you're going to be assed out, dude. You're going to be broke because they just go hand in hand. So let me explain why I say that. And then I think I'm going to close it out here. So I'm coming off of like a 5-day fast that I did about 2 weeks ago. And it was unexpected, and I didn't expect to actually have it happen. But when it did, I was excited. And when I came, like, I think it was like day 2 of the fast, I was like, okay, this feels weird, but I'm going to keep going because this is a goal that I have. Like, one of the goals I have is to lose weight this year. And since I moved to Virginia, I've already lost about 18 pounds. Yeah, I got on the scale today. I've lost 18 pounds since I got here. And I think I've been exercising since February. So it didn't occur to me that I needed to get out in nature. I needed to get out. I needed to breathe fresh air. I needed to look at the grass. I needed to see the deer. I didn't know that that was something that I needed to do in order to become more successful. Now, for me, my macro goals right now, one of them was to be able to fast because I wanted to see what would happen if I fasted. When I did it, surprisingly enough, one of the major things that happened was I ended up with a lot of clarity. And what happened with the clarity was I started to get clear on a lot of things that I want. How much money do I want to make this year in my business? How much money do I want to make doing auditing? How much money do I want to make on YouTube? By the way, we get monetized this year. So thank you for those of y'all that are still here. But we get monetized this year. And if I got to get on live every day, that's what we'll do because we getting monetized. I came to that conclusion while I was fasting. The other thing is that my relationships definitely changed while I was fasting because it became very clear what was necessary in my life and what wasn't, who was necessary and who wasn't. Now, it's not to say that somebody that's in your life now that is not the right person, it doesn't mean that they're not going to be the right person some other time. It doesn't mean that. It just means that in this moment right now, you're not on the same page. So it's okay to let it go. I would have never got that clarity if I decided, or if I didn't decide to just stop eating for a couple of days. Cause if you're full, you're just not able to really think straight. And you don't really have a goal in mind because you're always full. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I have to look into that a little bit more. I started walking, moving my body. Moving my body was very important because as you're moving, things start flowing. And when things start flowing, ideas come, revelations come, all that good stuff. Again, getting more sleep was a macro thing for me because if I get more sleep, then I'm going to be ready for you guys. I'm going to be ready to do videos. I'm going to be ready to talk to clients. Got a gym membership. Clearly, everybody knows why I would do that. And another macro goal is for me to expand my social circle. The reason for expanding my social circle is really because it's just necessary. There's no way you're ever going to build a business if you don't expand your network. Your personal life is never going to expand if you don't expand your network. You have to get out. You can't be stuck. You can't be connected only to the small nucleus that you have. And I realized for myself that I was doing that for a very long time. And after this fast, I kind of recognized that that was something that I was doing. So yeah, it was interesting. Um, and another thing about expanding your social circle, the reason you want to do this is because you want to have a goal of not being the smartest in the room, as they say. The reason for this is that you're going to learn something. And the second thing is the people in the room can take you to the next level. I experienced that a couple of years ago, being part of a business club that I talked about in one of my other lives. I'm not going to dive into that. But the fact that I was able to expand my social circle that way, it makes it so you can kind of go backwards and, consult people and kind of get catapulted to where you need to go. So yeah, that was something that I went through that I experienced. So before I wrap up, I just want to leave you guys with this after I rambled for like an hour. I want you guys, as far as your goal setting, I want you to start setting goals today because maybe you don't want to take over the world like Bezos and Gates. That's cool. Maybe you haven't gone to college, so you didn't actually play that card right. Okay. That's okay. You can still do things right now. But in order to get your goals going, what you need to do is first thing, I think I wrote it down. Let's see here. I did. So let me share this with y'all. And if you're catching the replay and you stuck around this long, kudos to you. God, I'm chatty. So chatty. All right, let's see if I can share this with y'all. I think I can. It's kind of bootleg, but I think I'm going to share it with y'all anyway, because this is like what my mind goes through when I brainstorm. So for your goals, first thing, you want to write them out. It does feel unnatural, but you have to do it, like even in your relationships. So you don't want to write down like lists like, oh, my guy has to have this, and that. No, you just want to write down like what you see as far as like your ideal relationship, right? Your ideal money, even down to how much you want to make every year. And then you want to break it down into those steps too. And I think on the next live, I'm going to share with you guys the goal, like some of the goals that I created for my business. And I think when you see the number of income that I want to gross, it is going to probably make you throw up. But when you see how I break it down, it's going to make complete sense as far as how I can achieve that. Okay. That's what I want to drive home here. The point of the goal is because, you need to be mindful and you need to keep it on the forefront of your mind every day. The second thing here is with your goals, you have to take them day by day. Accomplish something daily, but don't trick yourself into thinking, oh, I'm going to take it one day at a time. Because what happens with the one day at a time is that you're removing pressure from yourself. What you do with the one day at a time is you make a list of things you want to do in that day, and you make sure that you accomplish each one of those things. Okay. So it's not the same as I'm going to take it day by day. No, it's I'm going to accomplish everything I need to accomplish day by day. That's what this is. Okay. And you have to take this, like, you have to use this because it's going to apply pressure to you, and you need to apply pressure. It doesn't really help when other people on the external give you pressure. And I'm learning this myself because somebody, I'm not sure if he considers himself my friend, but I consider myself a friend to him. This person, told me quite a bit that, that I created I guess, an environment of pressure where I was continuously telling this person, hey, do this, do this, do this. And this person was like, not budging. It's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Okay, cool. But what you need to understand is that people do need pressure. This is why college athletes have coaches. This is why teams have coaches. This is why successful entrepreneurs have business coaches. Pressure has to be applied in order for you to be better and achieve what you want. A lot of you work harder to get a raise at work. A lot of you work harder to get the person that you want to date. A lot of you work harder whenever you want to achieve something. And the thing about pressure is pressure makes diamonds. Hello. So create that pressure for yourself daily. That's what I do. And that's really what I did when I fasted. I created an environment of pressure because it was like, okay, the food is right over there, but I refuse to eat it because why? It's going to be there tomorrow. What I need right now is for my body to clear itself out. And I need to get as like, I need all the substances and these, whatever it is that's clouding my judgment and making it to where I'm stagnant. I need all of that to drain out of my body. That's what I need right now. That's the pressure that I applied to myself. And I'm not saying you have to go and do a 5-day fast. I'm just saying that me coming out of this 5-day fast, I've created a whole lot of content. I have literally readjusted relationships in my life. And it was like it all just fell away. It was automatic. Because what you're going to know with your goals too, is that you have to figure out whether or not your goals are realistic. If you are now a person who, again, has 1,000 collection accounts, you cannot, talk to me and say, you want to do credit repair legally, but you want to be able to get everything deleted within 3 months. That's not a realistic goal. Okay. And I'm going to be the one to apply that pressure and tell you that. Now, if you don't like that, you do have the freedom to go to another credit repair specialist. That's the beauty of this thing. When it comes to your goals, you're not connected to anything specifically. You don't have to stay. You don't have to stay the course. If you don't like how it's going, move on. That's what I do, no matter what kind of situation it is. We've all walked away from a job, a person, Who cares? Start over. It's fine. I've started over. I moved cross country. Start over. It's not hard. But yeah, just remember, day by day creates stagnation. If you table things and you say, well, it's just one day at a time. No, it's not. It's bigger than that. Your goals, again, they have to be realistic. So be honest with yourself. Like for me, every day I woke up and didn't eat, I knew that I didn't need to. I was realistic with myself. Everything I do, my moneymaker is me sitting on my ass and looking at a computer screen, okay? Whether it's business or my auditing work. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything. Matter of fact, I was watching a video today about a guy in Canada talking about loneliness and how we are creating an environment where we can literally sit in our house and not go anywhere. That's true. And for me, I make money from home. So I don't have incentive to get out and get up. I have to set a goal every day to get it done. I got to intentionally get off my butt, walk outside. But again, be honest with yourself. If you I don't know, you want to, like for me, okay, I would love to start dating. Okay, to date, sorry y'all, I'm going to lose weight. It is what it is, okay? Some people agree, some people don't. I noticed that the people that tell me that I don't need to lose weight are typically the ones that don't have a lot of money. I know that's going to make some people mad when they watch this on the replay, but that's the truth. So when it comes to that particular kind of goal, I'm being honest with myself. The person that I want to be with cares about his health. So I should care about my health too. The person that I would be with, just will have certain characteristics that I have to exude in myself. So if I can't put a fork down, why would I expect somebody to come to me and like be their healthiest? It's just not going to happen. Okay. So you got to be honest with yourself about your goals. If you don't make a lot of money, make more. Okay. Again, I have a buddy, ex-buddy, I don't know what he considers himself, but hey, if you're watching, he decided, hey, I need more money, so I'm going to start door dashing. That's perfect. That's genius. He literally said to himself, hey, I need to make more money. How do I do it? My boss isn't paying me more. I got to get my ass out there and make money. He drives every day. Kudos to him. Now, what is he doing with that money? That's the question, right? So goals with your family. Now, you have to be realistic in this too, because if you want to have a strong family, let's say you want to marry somebody and build a family, how are you going to start a family that's worth anything if you can't even get along with the family you have now? Right? Start working backwards. Fix the family that you have now, your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, whoever you hate in your family, go reconcile. Trust me, when you start to build your family, it'll make more sense, okay? You got to go backwards. All right. Because I've yet to see somebody that came from a really crappy background and not rectify some of those things and then try to become successful later. It doesn't happen. You hear about celebrities that do it, but remember, how many celebrities are there in the world that have a rags to riches story compared to how many individual people there actually are in the world? Okay. So yeah, going back and fixing familial issues, that's a goal that I think if you have them, definitely take care of that this year, because you're going to see that your money is going to be directly tied to that. Employment, again, if you're working to make money, fantastic, but you need to have a goal to either exit that job or you need to have a goal to excel in that job. Now, I'm going to talk about that in another live. Hopefully it'll go a little smoother than this one because I just talk. But you can't grow in the job if you don't network. Hard work is not the only ingredient here. So to have that goal of, excelling in your employment, yeah, to have a goal. I mean, the goal there is if you're not that social at work, as far as getting with the right people, you need to work on that. Okay. Because I'm going to tell you, like I said in the beginning, the way that I got my corporate position before I decided to leave and work from home, the way I got into that corporate office was from networking. That was it. Okay. There was a cool Black lady. She saw that I was Black and I was young. She saw herself in me and she hired me. Okay. She literally doubled my income just from seeing me and thinking, wow, that girl's really on to something. That girl's going places. Let me hire her. She didn't know me from Adam, if I'm being real. And if you know me personally, you probably know who I'm talking about. I love her to death, but I didn't have the skill set. But because I knew how to network, she hired me. All right. Finances. Last but not least, and we're closing this out. You want to achieve your goals uh, financially. That's okay. That's good. But you have to accept that working hard is not going to get you there in your job. You also have to accept that, you're going to have to take risks and you're going to have to be willing to learn along the way. Accept that you don't know everything. When it comes to your goals that you write out, if there's a part of getting to your destination that you don't understand, that's not a reason or an excuse to not carry out the goal. Okay. You need to find the resource, find the person, find the connection to get it done. All right. You don't give up. You basically look at what you want, go to the drawing board, and you make it happen. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. And yeah. So here's my hope for you guys. I know this was probably long and drawn out and boring, but I don't care because y'all gonna be here and you gonna see me get monetized. Okay. Because as we go along, the only way I'm gonna get better at doing lives is to do lives, you guys. And I don't know. There's no other way to do it. So I'm going to try not to be so long winded next time. And maybe I'll even practice my outline before I get started. But like I said, please, guys, do not go scan your palm in Austin. Okay. Austin is already weird enough. Let's not play into that game. Okay. I actually have a prediction about not Austin, but San Antonio. Because I am very interested in San Antonio, y'all. And there is a reason, and I want to talk about it in the next in the next live. Because I think some big things are going to happen there. And property is still very cheap. I don't care that San Antonio looks like shit. Okay. And you guys shouldn't care either. You need to buy a house there. Okay. If you know anything about Moreno Valley in California, Moreno Valley or like Redlands is basically what San Antonio looks like right now. And oh my God, it's amazing right now. So that's where I'm going to be looking for some stuff. So, y'all, yeah. Anyway, Amazon is snatching souls. I'm going to be snatching souls, but I don't want your biometrics. I want, I want the islanders and the victims and all those people. I want their souls because I want to turn you guys into phoenixes. So I thank every one of you for stopping by that chose to come through. Sneak watching, ghost watching, all that good stuff. Hopefully we'll get some more participation next time. And yeah, this is pretty much it. So if you're tuning in right now, I mean, thank you, but you late. And this is done. So come back and check it out another day. Very long-winded, but I don't give a shit. So this is your credit solutionist, Victoria Langford. We will be up and running in the state of Virginia very, very soon. Because again, I love how they do business here. They do shit quick. It ain't nothing like California, and I love it. So the credit repair company will be up and running very soon. Check the links in the description as well as the chat right now. If you want to, talk to me directly. Now's going to be the time, you guys. You can hit me up at thecreditsolutionist@gmail.com. I will be taking doing free consultations probably sometime next month. However, I got the idea from a buddy. You will be getting on camera with me and we will be talking about your situation. So you can definitely get a free consultation, but sorry, it's going to be a trade-off, y'all. Okay. Because we need people to know this message is getting out there and people are talking and people are, wanting to better their lives. Okay. There's nothing embarrassing about that. It's more embarrassing to sit in the shadows and not get anything done. Okay. So in this second quarter of this year, we're wrapping this up. We're talking about goals. Next week, or maybe in a day or two, we're going to talk about your goals being realistic and are you trainable? I got some stories for y'all. It's going to sound like a gossip session, but I'm going to leave names out because I don't want you guys going back and messaging people and trying to say, is she talking about you? Don't do that. But the next video is going to be about if you are trainable. All right. Because if you're not trainable and you're not willing to listen to advice, you are going to be spinning your wheels for years to come while we are going to be buying up land like Bill Gates and Bezos. All right. We're going to be signing your paychecks. I promise you. All right. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I may cut this up another day. We will see. But get your goals straight. Write them down. And next time we come on, I want y'all to chat and let me know what a goal is that you have for this second quarter. And I'm going to share with you my business goals, and I'm going to give you how much money I want to make in the next 365 days. And y'all, it's not $500,000, but damn it, it's close. And once I break it down to you, you're going to see how it's possible. All right. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here because I haven't eaten today. I did an unintentional fast, and yeah, you can see I'm glowing, y'all. The eyes, everything. Life has been good. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. I look forward to talking to you soon. Creative Solutionist